Hey guys, Feuerrm here, and today I present to you the Eliminator, a relatively new game mode in Forza Horizon 4. I played this game a few times to get the hang of it, and I got this really good game in this video after only 4 or 5 tries. So be sure to watch till the end because it gets pretty crazy. There are some nice duels in this one. I usually drop at this roundabout, then go around it seeing if there are any cars to pick up around it, and then I usually go on down the highway because it's one place where you can get really far pretty fast, especially with this slow thing you have to start out with. Eventually I got off the highway and went down this dirt road here where I saw my first competitor, so I decided to chase after him across these fields and see if I could get a nice little duel. At this point there are 49 drivers left. There I checked the map, you can press M to do that, and see the ring, which is in pink, and you'll be able to see where it is going to shrink to next. The ring basically acts like it does in all of the Battle Royale games, where every so often it shrinks to a different point within the circle where it is currently at. And one strategy when picking duel fights with cars is that, generally speaking, where you will end up having to go to will be close to the center. So if you are facing toward the center, there's a pretty good chance that you'll be facing at least somewhat close to where your current destination will be. And you don't have to turn around then, because if the other player is facing toward a destination and you're not, well, that's going to give him a big head start while you have to turn around, which, you know, is not especially quick in this game. So I eventually decided to stop following that guy because I just wasn't getting any closer, and he went off course, and I was just like, nah, I'm dipping. And when you see cars with the circle with the line through it symbol on them, that means that you cannot actually duel them at that time, because they are in the midst of a duel with someone else. Now here, the arena shrunk, and so I checked the map to make sure that I'm actually going to be within it, and it looks like I am, although I am heading towards the edge. So before we get into the big battles of this video, and while I kind of make a fool of myself in the forest, I want to talk a little bit about something that some people have asked me about, as why do I not really make many Forza videos anymore? Well, the reason for that is simply because the game has become somewhat uninteresting to me. There hasn't really been a whole lot to just keep my attention on the game. There's been lots of new cars and stuff, but not really any new content or anything super interesting to just keep me playing like there is in Asphalt 9. So if you're wondering where the Forza videos have gone, that's pretty much why. You are probably also wondering, will I make more? Probably occasionally, not as often as I was before, like once a week or whatever, maybe more like once a month, because I do want to test some more cars that are also in Asphalt 8 and or 9. So here, I see someone stopped on the road ahead, and I proceed to go right by him. Then I realize he is a level 7 Urus, and I'm in a level 1 Mini, and this probably isn't gonna go well, but I decided, well, of course, I'm going to do my best, and I mean, you see there's a lot of the video left, so it couldn't have gone too badly. Obviously, that car is a lot faster than me, and I wasn't sure what I was going to be able to do in order to actually get ahead of him, because he was just getting further and further ahead. I was pretty sure at this point I was going to be eliminated, but as always, I was going to do my best. Perhaps he would mess up, or I would just take a much better route or something like that. And he did mess up. I don't know exactly what he got hung up on. It was something near the bridge over the highway, and so I took the road because I didn't want to go through the forest, and I just waited for him to get unstuck and kept waiting. And finally he did, but by then I was already pretty far ahead. Now, he was still on the map and still pretty close, so I knew I wasn't just going to completely get away free. I had to stay on the roads for a lot of it, although here I went off because going on the road there would be way out of my way, and he noticed the same thing. And here he began to catch up to me, but thankfully the destination was very close, and I reached there before him, a level 1 Mini against a level 7 Urus. And I had never really had that much of a difference in a battle before. Now, when you beat someone in a duel, you can either choose to upgrade your car or take their car. the choice here was obvious, and I got an achievement for beating someone who was 5 levels above me. So I took the Urus, and then I realized that I was actually slightly outside where the storm was going to shrink to next. So I checked the map, and as you can see, the new circle, at least here, is half the diameter of the other one, meaning it's about a quarter of the area. Yeah, these get smaller pretty fast. So after looking around for a while and finding quite a lot of people actually who were already in duels, and so I couldn't duel them, I decided to have a little fun and jump down the hill. One of my favorite things about Forza Horizon 4, and one of the reasons that I bought the game originally, was because of this amazing open world experience of being able to go anywhere I ever wanted, which was something I never had in a racing game before. And that's when I noticed, hey, there's someone I can duel over here. So I went to see what I could do, because I was in a level 7 car, and I'm pretty sure the highest you can go is a level 10, so I was feeling pretty confident about it at this point. Also, the 7 level car is purple, so that helps. But in a hilarious turn of events, the person that I ended up racing against was actually a level 2 Audi. However, I did have to turn around because I was going kind of in the wrong direction. But I knew that my car was faster and I'm already a bit closer than he was, and for some reason, he started going in the opposite direction? I have no idea why, but I knew that would make for a pretty easy run to my destination. Now, when this happens, instead of taking the opponent's car, which would obviously drop me many levels and I did not want to do that, it's best to upgrade your car to the next level, which would take me to a level 8 car. So I reached my destination, and very weirdly, it was at the very edge of where the storm would go to next. So I'm pretty sure it's not in the middle of where the storm goes to next, but where the storm currently is. So I got my upgrade, and I got another achievement for beating somebody 5 levels below me instead of 5 levels above me. And yes, my desktop notifications are purple. So the car I ended up getting was actually a Ford Fiesta, which was a level 8 car. And the storm was getting dangerously close, so I barely inched inside the new circle just several seconds before the storm reached there. So at this point, the circle was very small, so what I did for the next several minutes was just drive around and try to avoid any duels I could, which thankfully I did, and I got into the top 12, which is where they set a destination that everybody races towards, and the first person to get there wins the game and joins the Illuminati. Kind of a cheesy name, but still kind of funny. So I started driving down this road to get closer to everybody else was, because I was pretty sure, based on where the circle was, that the destination was going to be beyond us in this direction. I also knew that there could definitely be people who had more duels than I did, who had level 9 or 10 cars that would be even better than me. And it looked like I was right. The destination was pretty much exactly in the direction that I expected, and I had a nice road leading me toward it. So I was in a pretty good position. I was in 4 out of 7 and actually getting up to 2 out of 7. And by this point, my heart was pounding really fast, because this was literally just 5 races of mine into the Eliminator, and I was just going through trees like that, and then I was into position 1 out of 11, and I knew I was not going to squander this opportunity by hitting a tree or something dumb like that. I was going to try my very best, and if somebody beat me, it would simply be because they had a faster car. I noticed the road was curving quite far away from where I needed to go, so I decided to go off-road, and most of the cars in this are at least somewhat designed for off-road, so it's not too much of an issue. Then I noticed there was a big hill in front of me, so I decided to go around it because I knew if I tried to go straight up it, that would most likely not be good either, because I would lose a whole lot of speed. And I'm glad I did, because I got pretty much back on track, still 1 out of 11 position, with not terribly far to go. I saw a road up ahead that was going to lead me pretty much directly toward the place I needed to go, so I went through these trees, being very careful not to hit them, and then almost hit a barn. Yeah, that wasn't good. I barely made it onto the road, and then I decided to go straight off of it again. And then somehow managed to make it through all these trees without hitting any of them either. Here, somebody started to catch up to me. He was actually a level 10 guy. Unfortunately, there was all these trees that I had to go through, which slowed me down quite a bit, and he managed to pass me at the last second to go across the finish line in first, with me coming in second, but not by a very long shot at all. And this being like my 4th or 5th game, I think that's honestly a pretty good showing, and I had a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt, Forza, Minecraft, and Need for Speed Heat content. And I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!